How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another video. The plan is tomorrow to go ahead and take the GT500 down to the track as long as the weather holds out. And I figure go ahead and take along for the track prep at the beginning of the video, then we'll go ahead and actually get to the track later and see what she runs. So this will be the first couple runs on the new transmission. Other than that, I don't think really anything's changed. I do plan to throw on the 2.5 pulley. I figure might as well not talk about it and be about it, so we'll get it on there. Probably not going to run the super aggressive tune-up right now. We'll just kind of go with the normal tune we've been running, see what the extra pound of boost does for us, and see how it goes. So basically going to be on 93 and boosting, and we'll let it rip at the track and see what happens. So if you guys aren't familiar, this is my 2007 GT500. We currently have a 2.6 pulley on here, and we got a Grip Tech 2.5. What do we have with Grip Tech? So I thought I might be having belt slip. I no longer think that's the case, but it's a pretty nice piece. It's kind of expensive, and we're going to go ahead and run it. So got that. The JT Fab intercooler adapter finally came in for the GT500. This thing is a beefy piece, and it looks like they improved the design since the one on their website. Pretty nice though, but that's going to sit underneath there, and we will do that at a later date. I'm still waiting on my 16 AN 90s to come in, and then we'll go ahead and worry about that. But we have quite a few things to do on the GT500. So up front, I think the easiest thing I can do right now, we're going to go and swap out the pulley. It should take 5 minutes, pretty easy. We also have to go ahead and change out the coolant for the water in the supercharger system, so we'll do that next. We got to swap on the drag tires, which are currently buried over there. Get those on, make sure the air is right and all that. If you guys are wondering, 17 PSI with in the drag tires seems to be the perfect for this car. Every time I go around 17, 18 PSI, it really does probably its best of the track. I tried 15 for a bit, and it was bogging down super hard. Tried a little bit higher and started spinning, so I think that's the move for this car. But yeah, let's go ahead and get after it. I'm gonna start with the pulley change. Go ahead and have the ice tank back here. So right now it's just coolant for the winter time / street driving, and then I usually just go ahead and change it out once, each season basically. Nothing too crazy. Kind of looking forward to getting a new pump in here eventually when we can move some more coolant flow, but until then. So all I do is use our drain right here, have it plumbed out, come out right there, and I just got some gallon jugs, so we'll go ahead and drain it and then put some water in here, and she'll be ready for ice at the track. Refilled with water, easy day. There's still about, I don't know, maybe a little less than half a gallon of coolant in here, but there's really nothing new about it. So get it out as best you can, and then that it is what it is. So normally you'd be like, oh, I want to use distilled water or whatever. Listen, here to tell you a secret. It doesn't matter, because guess what? The ice you get, not distilled. The stuff that goes in here, not distilled. It's going to be fine. So it gets flushed out multiple times throughout the year, pretty frequently. Wouldn't worry about it. I have noticed some stuff growing in it occasionally, like in terms of like just weird bacteria crap. So a tiny little bit of bleach in there will help you just kind of keep everything kosher after a drag race or whatever. So if it's going to sit in the summer sun for a while, nothing crazy happens. Just keep everything dead, and yeah, we're good. But I do know we're going to go ahead and be putting ice in here at the track, and then I'm going to take apart the intercooler system anyway to put on the JT Fab piece, so not worried about it. Anyway, back here, and we are... So, next thing we got to go ahead and do is to go ahead and get the wheels and tires changed out for the drag pack. While I have the front end of the air, I'm going to also go ahead and tighten up my exhaust bolts, just make sure they're good. I felt like I could hear a slight exhaust leak, and usually when we would put fresh hardware on, so it makes sense to be a little heat flex. So we're going to go ahead and change those out and put on our drag pack. All right, went ahead and got her back on the party wheels, and we go ahead and got our other ones right here, no worries. Definitely super dirty, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and give this thing a wash, in all honesty. Pretty much on the track prep. Put my shock settings back where they're supposed to be, full stiff in the rear, about midway up front. We got the rears on, fronts on, went around and torqued everything. Got my tire pressures up, 17 in the rear, 35 in the front. 2.5 pulley, ice tank. I mean, I think we're good. I just gotta grab my dusty helmet over there and get that thing cleaned out so there's no spiders in it or anything. Go over a list of tools to bring. We'll be bringing just generic socket sets, some other stuff just to be safe, just in case we need it for something. And our come along, in case something breaks, that would be ideal. And I think we're good to go. So a little mental checklist of stuff to bring along with me. But other than that, I think we're all right. I'm gonna go ahead and get some gas later, mix it with butane, and do 5 gallons. 93, full can of butane, just because we got 2.5 on there. Make sure she's nice and healthy, full of octane, and yeah, we should be good. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out and get it washed up, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow at the racetrack. Alrighty guys, we are obviously sitting back in the car, and it's been actually, no kidding, solid 2 weeks now. So last week I filmed all the get ready to go to the drag strip, and we got rained out, so here we are. So we're gonna go ahead, we got the Bonterra drag strip, we're gonna go ahead and we got the 2.5 pulley on, check the tires. I'm gonna go ahead and ice down real quick. I mean, realistically, probably doesn't matter that much. It is what it is. We got half tank fuel, half can of butane, which is the Butane Professional, stronger than Octanium and Torco. So comes in at rate at like 100, 102 octane according to the mixing chart. I trust it, should be fine. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and send it. The tune-up we're running right now, I do have a updated race tune from BJ, which it knocks 1 degree out from when we did that 160 to 130 run. So instead of 21 degrees, we should be seeing 20. See how that goes. But for this first run with butane, I'm just gonna leave it with the 18 degrees of timing tune-up and see what the extra pulley does. I wanna know what it makes boost-wise, and kind of get a chance to feel out the transmission, see how it feels there, and we'll go ahead and make our rip. So I don't think it's gonna be anything too crazy, but it should be a fun time. So let's go ahead and get up and ice down. We got homegirl lined up and ready to go. We go. Holy fuck. Jeez. Yeah, we're doing, that was she was shifting good. Holy cow. Didn't block me out a second. I was just kind of taking my time on it, and the 2 to 3 was freaking fast. Let's see what we got. So according to the Draggy, 169 60 foot, and 701 8th mile. Let's see what it actually says. That's pretty dang good for me. Let's see how we go. Thank you. All right, boys. Let's see what that was. That was, well, pretty good. And we got 7.0 at 103. So hell yeah. Last time we were out here, ooh, 1860 or 1660 foot. Okay, not the best we've done. Holy poop though, that's the difference. See that? 4.6 8th or 330 my for 330 before has been so, let me show you something. All right, so you may not be able to see this. I'll get a screenshot of it later, but my previous 330s have been like 4.9s, 4.7s, 4.8s, 4.7, so not ideal. And we're already at a 4.6 at 103. So hell yeah. I think 7.0 in the 8th mile is probably, that's my, I think it's a PB. And I'm actually pretty positive that's a PB for 8th mile here. Anyway, I haven't done that on the new setup ever. So, holy shit. You know what? Transmission does something. It's crazy. And then at 103, so I'm gonna go check the log in a second. I'll get back with you guys, but guys, I mean, I'm pretty damn stoked about that. That's awesome. So it is definitely hot. DA right now is 3,000 feet, so not ideal at all, especially to be running a PB. I mean, I don't see that unless I'm in the fall, so hell yeah. It is great to see some of this freaking this transition work pay off. That is huge. It felt so good, no lockout. So let's go ahead and run it back. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything set, and I'll see you guys in the staging list. I'm gonna check the data log real quick. All right, checking over the data log real quick. Not too shabby. Definitely, I wouldn't say conservative, a normal spark. So we saw, first gear saw a peak of 18 degrees for a second. Our shift time was 0.3 seconds, which was fairly slow in general. However, for this car, I think the last time I did a shift, when I was looking at my previous log, was pretty damn close to like almost 0.7 or 0.8. It was some like crazy long time. So, and I think I really could have banged it faster. I was just kind of hesitant on it because I'm used to it locking out on me. So I'm going to focus on that next round, see if we can get that down. And then our other shift right here was, jeez, that is 0.1 second. 0.7, yeah, 0.1 seconds. 1/10 of a second for our 2-3-4 shift, so, or 2-3 shift. Hell yeah. And we got 17.5 degrees, 17.75, 17.5 degrees, 17.75. Same, and IAT's peaked out at 119. So not bad. As far as, sorry about the sun, as far as everything's concerned, not bad at all. All right, so last thing to do, I went ahead and checked boost, and it looks like we're right about, I'd say about 17.5 PSI, so that ain't bad. Buggered the launch pretty hard on that one, so that sucked. Jeez. Buggered the launch pretty hard on that one, so that sucked. Alright, so I buggered the crap out of that 60 foot. Whoops. I don't know what the hell happened there, but it was just not a good time. So I'm gonna go check the data log at least. I wanted to see what that would do timing wise, and yeah, try and get another run out of there. We had someone did something to the track, so it's kind of weird. Let's go ahead and check out the stuff though. Alright, so just looking at the paper, super bad 60 foot 1.8. I bogged the hell out of it, but mile per hour picked up quite a bit. So 106 and a 7.2. So mile per hour is definitely up there. So she saw something. Let's go ahead and take a look at the data log next. Alrighty, so got the data log up. So it looks like spark, we're aiming for 20 degrees of spark, but it wound up going up to 18.7 right there, so almost 19 degrees. But first gear saw 18.7, second gear saw 18.7, and fourth gear saw, or third gear saw 18.5. So yeah, first, second. Granted, it's making it a lot earlier, so 17 degrees, which was peak last time, is now at the bottom of the RPM range, and it carries it out further. So it is making it earlier. It's just a little interesting there. The 1-2 shift did feel better. We're looking at, let's see, check out RPM. So here's our 1-2. About 0.3 seconds again. And a 3.4. The 2.3 is freaking stupid fast. That's like, let me look at my throttle, or yeah, RPM says it's like real quick, so that's good. Let me check throttle angle real quick. There we go, that kind of shows it a little better. Really is even quicker than that. It's starting here at 0.2, 0.3, like 0.2 seconds roughly. And then here we came with throttle for about 0.1 seconds. So this split right here for the 1-2 shift, way better, way better. So pretty happy with that. Definitely a huge improvement. Yeah, I just got to figure out the heck. So all in all, huge improvement. I just got to figure out my 60 foot. I wonder if I need more air in the tires. I don't know. She's not. Last year I could dump it and it would freaking roll out and felt pretty good. This year it's just like it's bogging. I think I'm a little out of practice. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for another run and see if I can get my 60 foot down a little bit. I don't know. It's being weird. So let's go ahead and do that and ice down, and we'll see you back in the lanes once again. That felt good. There we go. Got us to launch. No bogs. Let's see. Draggy says 701 eighth mile with a 168 60 foot. Let's see what the actual card says. That felt pretty solid. Shoo doggy. Alrighty, there we are. Holy poop. 698 to the eighth mile at 103. That is officially, never done that before. Finally in the 6 is to the 8th. Hoping that when we get our cooling stuff sorted out for a quarter mile, that should put us well into the nice 10s. 4.5 to the 330 is definitely my fastest, and not even our fastest 60 foot, 165. I mean, kind of where the car always seems to be at, but that is not bad. I am very happy with that. Homie on this side over here went a 6.5, so he's freaking cruising. But 6.9 at 103, I am quite stoked. So that's freaking awesome, guys. Let me go ahead and check the data log. I did notice the last run with the race tune, there was slightly more timing. It did look really fat on the log, so I'm gonna double check that. I ran the same tune just to make sure it wasn't like a weird fluke or something reading weird, and I'll send that back to BJ. I'm sure it'll tighten up the air fuel ratio. Technically I wasn't supposed to race on this. He just said to do a pull and send it back to him, so I saw the timing, I saw the AFR, it wasn't terrible. It's not ideal, but it's not terrible. So fatter is obviously fine, rich not so good, or lean not so good. So let me go check this one, make sure that what I saw wasn't a fluke. And we're gonna go back to the other tune-up that has one less degree of timing, but the AFRs look better, and probably do the last run of the night. All right, so went ahead and double checked it. Definitely fat on the AFR a little bit, so we'll go ahead and send it out. It's also not seen the 20 degrees that we were trying to get, which is why we originally, so what he originally did to mask it, put in a additional modifier to add timing at some astronomical bit, so it made it work. Sorry. And so I could go to that tune, but I think 21 degrees is a hair spicy for kind of where we're at, so I don't really want to do that. IATs aren't amazing. It is hot as crap out, so we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and send the log off to him though. We'll see what he says. I'm gonna go back to the other tune because I forgot to log AFR when we did that, and I wanted to check out just to make sure nothing changed in the car. We did have a bunch of stuff apart, so if that one's logging at 11.4 AFR like it's supposed to, then I know it's the tune and it's not something I did in the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and double check that and make sure everything is kosher, and then we will go ahead and do our next run. Well, I'll log it on the next run, re-ice down, and it should be good. And yeah, pretty happy with it. This car's running pretty solid. All right, so I think it's gonna be the last pass of the night. Went ahead and used up the last of my ice in there, and went back to the street tune, like I said, just to test out. Wanted to get a good log with everything, make sure everything's happy after doing all the work, and kind of see where it's at. So To be honest, the 1 degree timing, I don't think it's making that much of a difference. We trapped 103 on the previous log, and we trapped 103 just now with the decent 60 foot. For some reason, bogging it down picked up like 3 miles an hour. I don't know what's up with that. I think I've heard though, when it doesn't spin off the line, it picks up less. I don't know, something weird. Doesn't matter. 6.9, pretty stoked about that. So let's go ahead and do one more run, see if we can do any better. If it bogs, it's not going to be better. If it doesn't bog, then we have a shot. So let's see what happens. So good stuff. I definitely accidentally double molded that guy. That was not intentional. Yeah, all in all, not too shabby. Well, it doesn't look like my dragon picked up anything, which is kind of annoying, but we'll go ahead and see what the actual time was in a second. And then I got to figure out my intercooler pump switch. It's interfering with the shifter a little bit, and it's kind of clicked off randomly, so that was not ideal. We'll go ahead and sort that out in a minute. Oh, hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking about. 158 60 foot, 4.4 to the 330. Dude, she's cruising. That's crazy. 104 and a 6.8 eighth mile. All right, listen, guys. I don't think you understand the significance of this, all right? So some of you guys that are new or watched recent videos since the cams, I've been struggling with this car to get it to go quick, all right? So it's been a rough time. I've been stuck at like 7.3, 7.0, 7.1, 7.2, 7.3. It's been like all in that range. So guess what? She's freaking finally where I think it should be. And we're not even that crazy on the timing. That was a regular pump gas tune at like 17.5, 18 degrees of timing. So I am stoked with that. 2.5 pulley, in my opinion, that's where this car should be at. That's what it finally should be doing. And then the transmission is actually able to bang gears. Like, you have no idea the amount of joy that brings me, because that has been the bane of my existence for years now. Freaking slamming gears and having issues with just misshift after super slow shift. And to see a 4.4 330, like that is that's 2 times faster than my fastest ever. And we're actually able to rev out the RPM to get it to bang gears properly. Like, I'm stoked. I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm pretty freaking happy. So that is awesome. I guess that's gonna go ahead and do it. So I'm gonna go and review the log real quick with you guys, and then we'll call it quits. All right, so checking over everything. It's still a little bit fat, but nothing too crazy. I'm kind of wondering if this is a older tune. I don't know what's up with that. That was a little weird. Not too crazy. It's still, so average, looking at AFR, I mean, 10.9, 11.0 is kind of where you want it on these cars. They like a little bit richer from what I've been seeing, so it's good to go there. Where the heck is my, oh, I scroll down, there we go. So average, we're looking at about an 11.0 roughly, so that ain't bad. Pretty happy with that. It's back to normal anyway. It wasn't like super fat. Downstream IATs, so my switch started super high. First gear we were at 120, it dropped all the way down. It's actually one of the better runs. 110, 111, 109, 112, 113, and we ended off at like 113, which is, really can't argue with that. That's freaking super stellar. Probably because my freaking pump wasn't on until the very freaking end. So that was not super cool. I don't like that. I'm gonna redo this switch because that's, yeah, I thought I had it good, but it's definitely not. What else we got? Don't care really about RPM. That was good. Minimal bog came down to about 3,000 RPM. Really not terrible. I like to keep it up around like 35, 4 grand, but hey, it came down a little bit. We launched at about almost 4,700 RPM, 45 in that range, and then it bogged a little bit, but nothing crazy, and then sent it. So that's good. And then sparked with the nice cool air. We saw 18 degrees in first gear, 18 degrees in second gear, and just a hair under. But down in the lower curve, like it starts out at 17, starts out at 16.5, starts out at 15. So the other tune-up does start out a little spicier, but I don't really want to push my luck on that until after BJ gets a chance to check it out. Hey guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it for this video. I gotta get everything on the trailer, get it packed up. It's gonna take another like 20-30 minutes, and then I'll be out of here. So I am very happy with that. I did take one look at the boost video, or at the video, just checking my boost gauge, and you know, this car is weird. I truly do not understand this. It always on the street, if I do a 60 to 130 or something like that, second, third, fourth, I mean, it's like, it'll be pretty consistent, like 18 PSI on the 2.6 pulley, like, and drop to like 17. At the track though, man, it just freaking, it's way less. So same deal with the 2.5, I'm now seeing like 17 in the first gear, drops all down like 16, and then second gear goes up to like 18, which is where the 2.6 is used on the street, but not on the track. Drops down a little bit. In third gear, it's kind of like up more, 17, 18 PSI. I don't know, it's just weird. I was expecting to see more, but it's a grip tech pulley, so it's definitely not belt slip. And at this point, I don't know. I don't really care. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I just need to keep in the back of my head. Like, I don't know if I want to run that on the street necessarily, but then again, I mean, it's finally where I want the car at. Like, 8th mile is where I want it. I like being in like I wanted to see high sixes out of this thing. 4,000 pounds, what we weighed in at, like, she's heavy. So I'm pretty happy with that. We do have a dyno appointment later, but until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy and have a good one.